national politics because it worked with, rather than against, our compromise-oriented political institutions. This new era is qualitatively different. Two distinct national party coalitions organized around two distinct visions of American national identity, each claiming to represent a true majority. Only one other time in American history has the party system resembled this arrangement: the 1860s, when the United States fought a civil war and then tried to recover from one. A fully divided two-party system without any overlap is probably unworkable in any democracy, given what it does to our minds. It leads us to see our fellow citizens not as political opponents to politely disagree with, but as enemies to delegitimize and destroy. It turns politics from a forum where we resolve disagreements into a battlefield where we must win and they must lose. A fully divided two-party system is decidedly unworkable in America, given our political institutions. We have separation of powers government designed to make narrow majority rule difficult to impossible. And yet we have a party system where both sides attempt to impose narrow majority rule on each other. The mismatch is unsustainable. Finally, a fully divided two-party system is completely unworkable when the partisan divide is over the character of national identity as it is today. This raises the stakes impossibly high and makes compromise impossible. It poses an existential threat to the future of American democracy. America needs to become a multi-party democracy. Multi-party democracy is a big idea, but it is not a radical proposal. Almost all the world's democracies are multi-party democracies, and the vast majority hold elections using proportional representation. The United States, with just two parties and an antiquated first-past-the-post single-winner plurality voting system, is a global outlier. Multi-party democracies have consistently generated stable, moderate, compromise-oriented policymaking, higher voter turnout, more satisfied citizens, and better representation of political and ethnic minorities. In multi-party democracies, parties do not claim to represent true majorities. They promise to represent and bargain on behalf of the different voters and issues they represent. In multi-party democracies, coalitions are more fluid and flexible, built around compromise, just as the framers of the American Constitution intended. Multi-party democracy is not even new to the United States. As I will argue, from the mid-1950s through the mid-1990s, the national two-party system contained a hidden four-party system: liberal Democrats and liberal Republicans in the culturally liberal Northeast and Upper Midwest, the West Coast and the big cities in between, and conservative Democrats and conservative Republicans in the rural, traditional parts of the country and the South. Each represented its own cluster of values and issue positions. None had a majority. All had to bargain. Enemies could become allies, allies could become enemies. The fate of democracy didn't hang in the balance each election. At the height of the hidden four-party system, from the late 1960s to mid-1980s, American democracy was far more responsive and flexible than today, and landmark legislation flowed out of Washington, solving some big public problems. The system began to collapse into two much more distinct parties in the 1990s, as liberal Republicans and conservative Democrats dwindled into irrelevance. Both parties lined up into distinct teams, with more and more centralized leadership, and national politics took on a new fierceness. Some vestiges of the old system hung around into the 2000s, helping to broker a few remaining bipartisan deals here and there. In 2010, when a Tea Party wave swept away all but a few of the last remaining moderates in Congress, America became the fully sorted two-party democracy we have today. Institutions matter. At its core, my argument can be distilled into two words.